Hey, welcome. Tonight we are making one of my most favorite, healthier versions of one of my favorite cocktails, the espresso martini. So super excited to be sharing it. I am using some homemade Kahlua for this recipe, which I'll talk about how I made that. I am using stateside vodka. If you want to keep this recipe gluten-free, you can use Tito's, but this is keto-friendly. It's very low sugar, very low carbs, so let's get right to it. I have a cocktail shaker full of ice, pretty much filled to the top. This recipe is super easy. Pretty much everything is an ounce, so very easy to remember. So I have my ounce of brewed espresso. This has been cooled, so we're gonna dump that in. I'm gonna go in with my ounce of vodka. We usually have Tito's here, but just around ounce. So stateside is a nice little, it's a close second in terms of vodka. And then for the homemade Kahlua, I used allulose to make this, which is a plant-based sweetener. You can get that from Amazon. It's like stevia, but without the aftertaste. And this is fresh brewed coffee. I'm just gonna give it a shake. This is good in your fridge for about 2 to 3 weeks. If you like Kahlua, you can use Kahlua in a ton of other drinks. So it's nice to have a low carb, low sugar, low fat version. And we're gonna have, mix in an ounce of the keto homemade Kahlua. And I have a half a teaspoon of cocoa powder. That's optional, but that's gonna make it dark chocolatey and make the coffee flavor blend really well. And I'm just adding a splash of almond milk. And I like to use the original flavor. So this is soy-free. It's about 30 calories, 60 calories for a cup. So just a splash. And we're gonna give this a lot of shaking. We've got a lot of ice. So it's important to shake your cocktails up for at least 30 seconds. And especially if you're adding any other powders in there, like you've got cocoa powder, you could even add a little pinch of sea salt or Himalayan pink salt to give it that dark chocolate with a little sea salt, little flavor at the end, which would make it really nice. Maybe in my next batch, I'll give that a try. And then you can kind of play around with your texture and the color. If you like a little creamier espresso martini, then you can add a bit more almond milk. So this should be good. I've got my frozen martini glass. That is the perfect color, texture, consistency. For me, I just like a little bit of creaminess, a lot of froth, and then we'll garnish with a couple whole coffee beans. Look at that. Look at that. One of my favorite summer drinks. This is good all throughout the year, obviously, but especially with summer when the days are longer, you're staying up a little later. It's so creamy, I have to taste it. Yes, yes. Not overpowering with vodka, but it's there. And the coffee, that little half a teaspoon of cocoa powder really does make a huge difference. And it sort of hangs a little bit on the rim with your frozen martini glass. This is so, so good, you guys. You have to try it. So check this recipe out, save it, try it out at home. I'd love to hear your thoughts, and thanks so much for joining. I'll see you next time.